these crazy things happen when you start to do one project and some other project comes out of it. I like to go to bookstores and get really old books and make things out of them. So you get these kind of sculptures. And what I did with it too is I chose one. I'm never going to be interested in this fellow, so I'll use this book. So the fellow is John Millington Synge. So not knowing anything about him, that was a good book to not worry about. But then I made the big mistake of reading some of it, and out of what I read came these wonderful lines, which I put on these little tags that come out of it. And so what I have then is a found poem, basically, coming from those little tags. And I wish I had an Irish accent, but I don't. This is called, "And it running up between two sluigs, where an ass and cart would be drowned." This is from John Millington Synge, Plays, Poems, and Prose. He was from 1871 to 1909, so I didn't know him personally. "You've plucked a curlew at dawn, drawn a hen, washed the shirts of 7 men. Would you think well to stop here and be potboy, Master Honey? Would you have me send the bellman screaming in the streets of Castlebar? The queer dying fellows beyond, looking in the ditch. He's come up, I'm thinking, stealing your hens. I wouldn't give a braneen for a lad who hadn't a mighty spirit and a gaming heart. And I run up with a great pat of butter, and he making whisper talk now. I'm saying Larry was a fine lad. Larry was a fine lad, Sarah Casey. Is it getting the curse on me you'd be, woman of the house? She seems to be looking out at the world with a sense of prehistoric delusion. Still south I went, and west and south again, and he took me into his little tent, a miserable hovel where he spends the night. It's hard set, will surely be, the day you've drowned with the rest. Men like the Patch Darcy, God spare his soul. And death should be a poor untidy thing, though it's a queen that dies. I didn't care if crows were stripping his thigh bones at the dawn of day. She plays continual tricks with her Gaelic, repeating adjectives with a humorous scorn of syntax. Is it the man went queer in his head the year that's gone? Not the devil himself, or his forefathers could put up with him at all? Leave me go, Mary Byrne. And Titian's lady with amber belly. He's the champion of the world, I tell you, rebuilt the hole in the wall through which the coffin had been carried in. 7 dog days we let pass. It's a queer place, and indeed, I don't know the place that isn't. Where will you find the like of them, I'm saying? A plucked curlew at dawn, a hand drawn, the shirts of 7 men, washed. Thank you, Mr. Synge.